to this Friday weekly webinar. Today, to talk about uniqueness of Siddha medicine. Who is head in charge Department of Udal Tattvam, that is Physiology, at National Institute of Siddha, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. I heartily welcome you, sir. आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है. As all our viewers know that we organize this Friday weekly webinar by inviting eminent scholars and professors on our platform who talk about various topics related to health and medicine. Today, it is our pleasure that Dr. B.R. Santil Kumar sir is with us to talk about uniqueness of Siddha medicine. So, without any further delay, let us start the program with prayer. Om Sahanavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. It is our extreme pleasure that Sir is with us today as Sir Dr. B.R. Santil Kumar Sir is Head in Charge Department of Udal Tattvam Physiology at National Institute of Siddha, Chennai. He has done BS, MS, MSc and PhD in Medical Physiology and acquired postdoctoral experience from University of Chicago and University of Chicago at Illinois, and has 20 years of teaching and research experience. He has published 15 research articles in peer-reviewed journals and delivered many invited guest lectures in conferences and CME programs. He is an editorial board member of Journal of Siddha, official journal of National Institute of Siddha, and reviewer of JAIM. He is Government of India nominee in IAEC, that is Institutional Animal Ethical Committee of IIT Madras, CMC Bangalore, and other academic institutions, Member Secretary IAEC of NIS as well. He is working group member in committee constituted for NIS deemed to be university proposal, convener and subject expert in LabGate, and chairman in syllabus framing of NCISM and member board of studies PG Physiology, University of Madras. He has received Sri Nageshwar Rao Pantulu Prize for the best research in the field of medicine from University of Madras in 2003 and Best Employee Award from Department of Medicine, University of Chicago for contribution in medical research in 2009. I heartily welcome you, sir. It is our extreme pleasure that you are here with us today. And to talk about the topic as well, though the Siddha is an Ayush system of medicine, the overall knowledge about this system is very limited. It is mostly practiced in southern part of India. A general assumption that Siddha is more similar to Ayurveda. This session will be helpful to understand about Siddha system of medicine. Also, Dr. P.R. Santil Kumar sir, who is speaker of today's webinar, will discuss about what was the role Siddha medicine in the mitigation of COVID-19. Sir, I invite you to deliver the lecture on this platform. It is our extreme pleasure that you are here with us today, sir. On behalf of Murari Desai National Institute of Yoga, our director, sir, and all our team, I invite you to deliver the lecture. Sir, over to you, sir. Sir, kindly unmute yourself.
Thank you for a wonderful introduction, Dr. Vandana ma'am. Respected Director, Rai Desai National Institute of Yoga, professors, faculties, scholars, students, very Good evening to all of you. First, it is a great honor to share my thoughts as well as the about the Siddha system of medicine with you. It's my pleasure. Let me share my slides. I think is it visible map?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay. So, though the Siddha medicine is the part of Ayush system of medicine, the knowledge about this is very limited because it's mostly widely or practiced in the southern part of India, like Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, and wherever the Tamil people, Tamil speaking people there in the world is practiced. So this is the one thing that it may not be reached very well to all over the India. That's the one reason that. So here I'm in the position to say the what are the uh, basic principles of Siddha medicine, how it treat human beings. All that I'm going to discuss about it. Siddha, the word, it is actually derived from a Tamil word, Siddhi. Siddhi means self-attainment, attaining bliss, basically. This is the word origin that Siddha. The medicine which is evolved to attain the bliss, that is what it is. If the body is healthy and pronounced, then only you can able to attain, you have a self-attainment or you attain the bliss. So if you disease, it may not be possible. That's how the Siddhas, the sages who developed this medicine to free the human being from the disease and attain and the well-being for them to attain the bliss or self-accomplishment. That's what the goal of that. There are 18 siddhas are found this in this the founder of this Siddha medicine is Agastya. On commemorate of his birth star, Ailium, the Siddha fraternity celebrate Siddha Day every year. Generally, this year it was celebrated yesterday. So I really honored that in connection with the Siddha Day, this was arranged by the National Institute of Yoga. Thank you very much for that. Basically, when you my slides are moving. Yeah.
Sir, yes, sir. They are.
Yeah. So the Siddha system consider human subject as a whole, basically body, mind, and spirit. So it is as a kind of holistic medicine. Almost 3,000 years back, it says that it should increase the body strength, enhance the immune function, and bring back the homeostasis. The body equilibrium has to be maintained. We call it in the physiology. The sage Tirumular, in his text, Tirumandiram, he says that Marupadu Udalnoi Marundana Marupadu Ulanoi Marundana Chalum, Marund Ini Noi Vara Irka, Marupadu Savi Marundana. The medicine should not be just cure the disease. It should Marupadu Udal Noi Marundana. It also should be preventive. So Marupadu Udal Noi Marundana Lahum. Marupadu Ulanoi Marundana Chal. That means it also have ability to cure or it can able to strengthen the mind. So that is a any social that is a mental wellness also will be given the medicine should give. Then Marupadi Ininoi Varadrika. That means it should also prevent the medicine, should also prevent the disease. Again, also it also helps to achieve மறுப்பது சாவை வரலாம். It is immortal stage. So that is how the medicine should be. So with this, the goal of the Siddha medicine. Recently, that is a few years ago, the WHO, World Health Organization, declared that not merely the absence of disease or infirmity is not a health. The health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. This is what the Siddhas have been told about 3,000 years back. He's saying that the health is not just physical well-being; it should be also a mental as well as social well-being. So this is the goal of the Siddha medicine to achieve the human being. When you look into the basic concepts of Siddha, the Siddha medicine consider universe is the macrocosm. The man who lives in that considers a microcosm. So that is in Tamil we say that Andathil ullade pindam, pindathil ullade andam. Andam means universe, pindam means a body. Okay. So all this body, physical functions are constituted from the 5 elements. So it is a Panchabhuta theory applicable in the Siddha medicine, applied in the Siddha medicine that says that all our body constituents, all the functional constituents of the human being are constituted from the 5 elements, that is earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Bali, man, நீர், தீ, காற்று, ஆகாயம். This in Tamil we do say that. So in this, the physical component as well as the functional components, we call it the 3 vital factors. So உயிர் தாதுக்கள் or helps for the body function basically. So this is Bali, Aral, Ayyam. These are the 3 vital factors. We call it as உயிர் தாதுக்கள். So in this, the Bali is responsible for the movement or movements of the body, as well as the respiratory and cardiac and neurological functions, a creative force. The fire this helps the functions of digestion, blood cell proliferation, maintenance of the body temperature, and the intellect and vision, and luster of the skin. This is sustaining force. This is responsible for the human being in this aspect. Then the ayam, which gives a strength and stability to the body structure and support the functions of the respiratory and other cardiovascular and neurological system, as well as it also helps in the appreciation of the sensory feeling like the taste, cooling of the eyes, and functions of the digestion and lubrication, as well as the proprioceptive sensor. All this is carried out by the ayam. So these are the things about it. So we have a physical part which is constituted. Again, it is governed by the 3 vital factors. So this should be in the balanced way. These 3 factors: Bali, Adal, Ayyam, 1, half, and quarter. So anything goes up and down leads to disease. So that is they say that. So this homeostasis, all our physical and functions, body functions, are maintained to this ratio of the Bali, Adal, Ayyam. That is 1, half, and quarter. So anything happen with this, any changes, so that leads to the disease condition. It has a principle to diagnose any disease condition. It is the kind of a physical examination called N Vagai Thervu. That is 8 way of 8 tools that is helps to diagnose a disease. So which includes Na, Niram, Mori, Viri, Malam, Mutiram, Parisam, Nadi. So now there is an examination of tongue, so we can evaluate a disease condition. Again, the Niram, there is a complexion of the color of your body, and the any discoloration can be used. Then Mori, that is a speech, the way you talk. Okay, so based on that can be diagnosed, can be used as a tool. Then Viri, the examination of the eye, can give an knowledge about your condition. And tools examination and urine examination. Also, touching and feeling of the person and the palpation also gives an idea about the a person's health condition. The, the most important one is the emphasize the pulse examination. I said there are three vital factors, that is Vali, Aral, Ayam. So these can be felt as a nadi during the pulse examination. So, Nadi examination is one of the greatest tool and simple method, but it requires expertise basically. So, it is normally felt over the right for the right side of the hand for the male, left side of the hand for the female. In that, just below the the wrist, the your thumb, just below the thumb. So you can feel the first finger using the index finger, middle finger, and the your ring finger. Three fingers are used to feel the Vada, Pitta, Kapha, basically. Vali, Adal, Ayam. That is the Tamil word we are using it. So normally the Vali should be one, the adult should be half and the IM should be four. So in the normal status, this ratio has to be maintained. Any change in them may lead to disease conditions. So it is a Vada disease, if it is a dominance of the Bali, or if it is the adult is dominant, we call it the adult node. If it is the IM, is a dominant, we call it the Kaba node or the iron node. When there is a combination, that is Bali or both are is change in the ratio, we call it the Bali adult knowing. That is the Bali adult disease. So this is a simple or great tool. This is applied in the strong medicine to diagnose a disease condition. At the same time, it requires a lot of expertise, a continuous application. You can able to know and understand about the disease of the Bali or Adal or Kaba Roy, basically. Again, this other than this wrist, below the wrist, there is on the wrist, over the wrist, other than that, there are 10 other areas in the body also identified to feel the pulse. But commonly, we use the wrist is used the common place to feel the pulse, basically, the nadi examination. The another unique method we have here is a Neerkuri Nekuri. That is a method of physical examination of the urine as well as the Neikuri. Okay. So the Neikuri means there is a symptom expressed in the urine which deals with the color, smell, the quantity, frequency, and specific that is the density, then the frothiness of urine used to diagnose the disease or a healthy condition. Naikuri is a very unique method applied in Siddha System medicine, where they use gingerly oil, a drop of gingerly oil to be dropped over the urine sample according to the splitting pattern, okay, exhibited by the oil droplet over the surface of the urine, gives a confirmatory clue that or helps to diagnose the disease. It's a very unique method applied in Siddha system of medicine, basically. So you can see that the patient's first urine will be asking the patient to collect the first urine in a bowl, a glass bowl. So over that, a drop of the gingerly oil will apply. They look for the spreading nature, basically. So based on that, how it spreads. So based on that, they say that it's a Vada disease or it's a Kaba disease or it is a Pitta disease, basically. So normally in the Vada condition, Vada diseases, it's spread like a serpentine, basically, like a snake. It spreads. The drop that we instilled into the urine, is the surface of the urine. In case of Pitta disease, that is adult knowing, we call it in Tamil, basically. So it will be generally like a it goes like spreads like a sea. That's what happened here. In case of Kabad disease, the iron, it will be like a pure over the like a drop over the surface of the urine. With that, you can able to differentiate Vata, Pitta, Kavadis. Based on that, you can choose a medicine. This is that is some of the methods we diagnose the disease. But as I told earlier, மறுப்பது உடல்நோய், that is the prevention is the first thing it is recommended in the Siddha System medicine. One of the Siddha Therier in his text, Therier Pini Anuga Vidhi, that is the prevention of the disease, the rules that recommend to prevent the disease and the promotion of health. We call it Pini Anuga Vidhi. It is pertaining to precondition, habitat of the person. It's called Tinai Nilam, where the person lives. Again, the season. Okay, that is, they have to follow what are the lifestyle has to be followed, what are the diet has to be taken. The third, at most, one is the diet. So they are all in the aspect of he recommends in the both preventive as well as the curative. Again, the cyclic representative state of the three vital factors, that is the Uyirthadikam. How the Vadam, Bali, Adal, Ayam. Otherwise, I can say is a Vadam, Pittam, Kapam, distributed in a day, basically. So the morning, it will be Vadam. Again, the noon will be Pittam. Again, the evening, it will be Kapam. When the night, again, Vadam. Midnight is a Pittam. Early morning, it will be Kapam. This is the general distribution of. Normally in Siddha, they every 4 hours they classified the whole day into 6 parts. So the 3 parts Vada, Pitta, Kapha. Again, the next 3 parts be Vada, Pitta, Kapha will be there. So according to that, the person is recommended. So according to that one of the vital factor which dominates. So there you should not have a kind of food or kind of activity you should not do. So that is the concept we developed here. So this is what the recent science says that the effect of circadian rhythm on the body function. For example, according to the modern concept, the early morning, the cortisol level, which is the life for the active, catalytic one in the body, normally it goes up in the early morning. So then after some time, if you look at this cortisol level in the blood, it comes down slowly. So your physical activity all is coming down basically. So similarly, it was told in the Siddha system in the long time back that the cyclic representation of these three factors influence over the healthiness of the person and its activity. So based on that, you can choose his diet and the activity he can resume. So they are saying. The There's recommend the food and lifestyle for the good health. Basically, he says that you should drink only warm water after boiling, and you have to take the food twice a day. So he says that a person who take food one a day is called the yogi. So that the person who takes food for twice is called yogi. That is a normal person. If a person takes a food for thrice a day, because the rogi means it is not good for them, but there's he applied to the earlier ancient time, but I don't know how much it will be applied, but there should be some kind of defined manner you have to take food. And also the diluted form, and if you are using ghee, should be melted form, it should be taken as such. Again, sufficient quantity of cow's milk has to be taken. Other than that, we also for the better health, recommend 3 type of cleansing methods to the person. So once in 45 days, you have to instill nasal drops in your nose. Again, once in 6 months, the person has to take for emesis. So that is again for the remove the toxins from the gut. You have to take a purgation once in 3 months. Other than this, to maintain this உயிர் தாதுக்கள் வாதா பித்தா கபா once in 4 months, 4 days, you have to take the oil bath. We should try to maintain this vada pitta kaba in a normal, the ratio of 1/2 important. That is required. Also, then once in 3 days, you apply the polyrium, that is a medicated eyeliner, also helps you maintain this uyir tadu. Also, when you're sleeping, you should lie down the lateral position. That's the ideal position to sleep. So these are some of the interesting lifestyles has to be adopted in your day-to-day life. It will be helpful to prevent disease as well as it also promotes health. That's what he recommended. There, one of the Siddha, 18 Siddhas. Another important aspect in the Siddha medicine is Unave Marunde Unavu. That is, food is medicine, medicine is first. So choosing of the food is very vital. So the medicine could be the food could be a medicine. Similarly, the medicine could be a food. So the such a way you have to take your food. That is very the food you are add should be like an antioxidant and also it should be a regenerator. It should be like that. Similarly, the marand that is recommended also should not be away from your food. So there should be a interaction between the two. So that the medicine or the food that you are taking should be balanced away. So medicine is food, food is medicine. Another interesting thing, Siddha suggests that that means they say that the food, the grain cultivated in particular soil should be served for the people, those who lived there. So it is all the native fruits, native grains that the person who lives, whatever they are cultivated there, that will be more relevant to him for his good health as well as for the promotion of this regenerating his body strength, all that. Again, if you look into the food, there are three main factors of the good diet. One is you should be having the 6 types of taste. So sweet, sour, bitter, astringent, salt, and pungent. So we call it in Tamil arusuvai. Your food have a balance of all these 6 types of. If so, the constitution of the person who take a diet will be should be in the balance with all the 6 states. So he can maintain the vital factors in the homeostatic range, and the 1/2 quarter. That is the one thing. Again, they also recommend the each season, where is for the winter, for the summer, then for the rainy season, what are the foods need to be taken, what are the foods need to be avoided. For example, they said that sweet, which may improve kapha. The kapha disorders may enhance by taking the sweet. So that has to be avoided in the season where there is a rainy season. So this is the recommendation they are giving for the food has to be taken for the one person. Other than that, nowadays there is a kind of habit that we do cook and keep it in fresh. Next day we again take it out, we do redo and do it. But this is not the right way of taking food. It has to be avoided. So they say that Mudanar Samaita Kari Amadrinum Arundum. Avoid taking the left out or processed food. That is mean. So if it is not prepared earlier, that is not advisable. Better you try to take the food that is cooked the same day, you have to try to consume it. That's the thing they are trying to say there. Again, another important thing, we all generally go by time to take a food. Actually, if it is a morning 8, some people go, okay, so 1 o'clock, we have to take food. Not that. He's saying that avoid taking food without appetite. That is, until you get the appetite, good appetite, you don't take food. So when you have a good appetite, then you think of taking food. So that is how you have to take a food, not just going by like a timetable, morning, night, like that. So that is the thing is insisting. So this is the food habits person has to follow to have a good health. Another important uniqueness of Siddha system is Kaya Kalpa, regenerate. Kaya means body. Kalpa means regenerate, which gives immortality. Immortality means it prevents disease and it gives a healthiness to the body, keeps the body disease free and disease and increase the longevity. There are ways they have Kaya Kalpa are recommended, like a dietary supplement or special preparation of the thread and yogic practices. According to Tirmundiram, so as I said, Karpathai Undal Kayam Ariyadu. That is, if you take this Kaya Karpa as a food supplement or a dietary supplement or a drug which is meant for as a Kaya Karpa, so that your body it will keeps the body from disease condition and healthier way. Next thing he advocates, you should have a physical activity. According to recent data, almost if you look into that, about many of the disease conditions, that is 35% of the disease conditions because of the there is no any physical regular physical activity may lead to the similarly 40% of the diabetes mellitus caused because of the regular there's a lack of reduced or physical activity. Similarly, some of the cancers also responsible because of the lack of physical activity. In the ancient Siddha system of medicine, they insist that you should have a minimal physical activity to maintain the normal homeostasis or normal health, basically, good health, basically. So you say that have a short walk followed by a meal. So nandu pera unda pin unnadayum kolgum. That is, after having good food at some time, you should have a brief walk. That will be helpful to maintain your normal health, basically. The Kayakalpa I told you, right? So this is classified into according to their function. The elixir that improves the genital health, we call the Podukarpam. The special elixir that is treat the disease and improve the health. Again, they are also further classified according to the preparation of the Kayakalpam. If it is derived from the single herb or herbal preparation, it's called Moolihi Karpam. So then if it is like a mineral derived from the mineral, iron or coal, we call it as a Tadu Karpam. If it is the karpam is prepared from the animal product, milk or honey like that, it is called jiva karpam. So this is recommended once every day like that, or along with the regular food. Again, they also define the time duration it has to be taken. Generally, the karpam can be taken for 48 days. Again, what kind of karpam that is you are taking, based on that, the time duration also changes. So, under the direction of the physician, it may be taken. The another karpa they say that Ashtanga yogas, actually. That is 8 arms of the yogam. Yogam is not restricted only to the asana, according to the concept. It is yamam, niyamam, asanam, pranayamam, pratyaharam, dharani, dhyanam, samadhi. That means EM is maintaining a internal process to clean the mind and maintaining a discipline at work. Then pranayama, controlling of your breathing pattern. Then controlling of your sense, called as a pratyagaram. Then concentration and focusing on the mind at work or whatever you're doing, we call it a dharanai. So meditation is a focusing only at one thing, that's called a meditation. So all this help to attain a state of equal, that is the accomplishment of self-reliance can be achieved with this Ashtanga Yoga. In that asanas is more related to you as a yoga institute. Here the asanas are recommended by Tirumular. We call it the Tirumular Yogam, Tirumular Yogam, we call it as actually. The Tirumular, the sage, he has given the types of postures, the yoga postures, asanas in his texts actually. We call it Tirumular, the Tirumular Yogam called as. In National Institute of Siddha, we are also having a MD program on Siddha Yogam. The students study about the only the yoga asanas prescribed in the Siddha text as well as their application for the preventive and the disease condition. Then another interesting thing about Siddha medicine, nanomedicine. Nano, that is a higher order of Siddha nanomedicine. The uniqueness of this is like these medicines, once you prepare, you can keep it for 75 years. They have shelf life for about 75 years. That is the unique. Again, the dosage is the very minimal level. It is applied physically. Another one is called, this is the one we call as the Kattu. Kattu is another kind of preparation, medical preparation. So, this is simply you just in the you can take a minimal amount, scratch it over the kalvam or in the mortar and take it the minimal level over the lingual application they are using it actually. So these are very unique to Siddha system of medicine. It is recently there was a study conducted by scientist Muthukumaran Pakisami in Concord University, Canada. He has compared the Tangabashpam, so which is called Sarnavasma in the other word. It is he has tested the Siddha medicine Tangabashpam. He bought it from this manufactured by a Siddha pharmaceutical company. So he tried this with the cell lines. He found, along with the artificial nanoparticles of the gold, along with the Tangabashpam, Sarvabashpam particles, he found that compared to the artificial gold particles, this Sarnabhasma particles can easily enter into the cell. Not only that, it can be able to change the gene expression of a cell. So that's how they said. So they are thinking that it could be a kind of a unique drug delivery system used this way. That is, so it can able to prevent the gene expression or it can able to increase the required gene expression is possible. He says that this go as be a magic bullet for the treating the cancer. So he has done several work on this. So this Pashpam, Chenduram, and Kattu are some of the unique higher order of medicine, which is normally recommended in the minimal dose for a short duration time for the various ailments, simple ailments to the up to the cancer and other treatful diseases. Other than this, there are some unique therapies are available in Siddha system of medicine. This one is the Siddha Burma therapy. National Institute of Siddha conducting a MD program for the on Burma medicine. Yeah, 3 years course basically, followed by the undergraduation. People do study the Siddha Varmam. In this, they get mastered. It is one of the non-pharmacological intervention in Siddha. It's a non-invasive. Again, it's a cost-effective method. There are the vital points identified in the over the surface of the body. They are gets stimulated the fingertips at a various level. So normally the pressure applied over the vital point considered that is measured in the unit of Mathir. Normally the pressure will be given at the level of quarter, half, or 3/4 normally. So one is the maximum. So just simply giving a pressure over it or making a kind of pinching or sometimes a circular movement over the particular point or a vertical movement over the circular point, it differ with the condition basically. Manifestation of the particular point. It's called kind of pranic energy found to be concentrated there. So it will be get stimulated. According to the where they stimulated, where they located, they are classified into Paduvarmam, Panirendu, Toduvarmam, Tonuthiyaru, according to the way it is that. So each point has a unique therapeutic as well as the a physiological application. Basically, if you retain a physiological condition, or you can also use it for the pathological condition, yeah, sufficient pressure will be applied over the Varma points, basically. So these are the some of the Varma points, that is over the head and neck. Basically, you can see them. This is Tirtha column where you keep a bindi. So it's a Tirtha column. So all these points are well identified. Their anatomical location are well standardized. There are texts available in Siddha System of medicine. Again, using the surface anatomy and the other applied aspects of the anatomy to locate them exactly and apply the amount of pressure exactly required to maintain or alleviate a disease condition. Normally, the Varma in the clinical condition, experts use Varma, we call it the Varmani. They use for various musculoskeletal conditions like osteoarthritis, cervical and lumbar spondylosis, and bone fracture. It is widely used in the cerebral palsy autism in our pediatric department, as well as recently we found that it is effective in the gynecological dysfunction, dysmenorrhea, and menorrhagia, so uterine bleeding. All these conditions also can be overcome applying the Varma points. Similarly, we do find that the non-communicable diseases like diabetes mellitus, hypertension, the cardiovascular and respiratory diseases can also can be controlled or can be managed using the applying the various point of Varma. Then the as well as the psychiatric and neurological conditions, also Varma is very helpful. We are evaluating the exact points, which is helpful to reduce this disease symptoms as well as the disease condition. This is the mechanism. As a physiologist, we propose this. These are the normally Varma is very helpful in the cancer patient to alleviate the pain. It's a very very non-pharmacological and non-invasive method used to alleviate the pain in the cancer patient in different type of cancers. So recently, we have tried in the stomach cancer as well as the uterine cancer, where there is a profuse bleeding in the uterine cancer, and also the pain they experience also comes down applying some of the pressure or the Varma points, which is around the there is a lower abdominal region. We do find the how it alleviates the pain. There are two possible mechanisms we are suggesting. That could be the gate control theory, that is the pain pathway get inhibited by applying a pressure over the Varma point. Other one is our body is built with own analgesic system by the neurotransmitter enkephalin and all that. So this system is further enhanced. Our application of the Varma system may be helpful in the alleviating of the pain. That's what we are suggesting. There are studies are going on this about this. Another important or very unique treatment procedure used in Siddha is Kokkanam, a physical manipulation. Again, it is classified into nine types. That is tapping, punching, compressing, grasping, twisting, encompass maneuver, pulling, supinating, pressing, and shaking or mobilizing. So these are applied to regenerate a person from the recovering from the disease, as well as it also helps to cure or the as a therapeutic aspect as well. Normally, it is helps to nourish the body cells, as well as it also improves sleep in some of the condition where there is a this sexual dysfunction. The Penum procedure is to improve the sexual function. It also relieves body pain and tiredness, and it helps to tone up the skin, muscle, and nerve. As well as it also improves the blood circulation and facilitate the lymphatic drainage of the body. It is commonly used in system medicine and the as a rejuvenation as well as for the disease condition. Siddha surgery, uh, very though it was existent, it was there in the literature. The in current days we are using the minimal of the surgical procedure in our hospital. The many of the surgical procedures were described in the Agathir Rana Sigichai, Agathir Sira Roga Vidhi, Agathir Naina Vidhi, Agathir the Sage, described in the many surgical procedures can be undertaken. In this, we use the carnal therapy in the ears. We have a anorectal disease OPD. We have a carnal therapy unit. In this, in here we have an integration with the modern medicine doctors. So this we use a thread which is applied with the turmeric, the different herbs which is required. So acanthus is one of the thing. So it's applied over the thread and applied into the fistula in ano and aberrated conditions. So then we leave it for some time, then allow it to cure basically. So it helps to close the fistula in ano and fissure other conditions. Another important thing we have used at time level is a leech therapy. It is used to remove the toxins from the blood using a leech. Basically, we have a different type of leech. We have used it. Generally, we apply the leech over the tumor or an abscess where there is some sprain. So allow the leech over that area, over the surface. Before that, it was sterilized. The surface gets sterilized. After that, we apply salt and a water that is containing salt and curcumin will be applied to detach this leach from the surface and allow it back. Again, we use it as a again we allow this leach to go for sterilization method, and we need again we use it back. Oh, it is used in the variety of conditions, mostly in the tumor and the abscess in the dramatic edema. We use this. It's a very useful condition, this one. It is considered as one of the external therapy. There are 32 types of external therapies are advocated in the Siddha System medicine. Is one of the thing we are using it. This is another the method used in Siddha medicine. It's a Suttiki therapy. It's called catalyzation. It is there procedure. We have different type of specialized instruments or herbal twigs are used to apply. Normally, we use that our turmeric stems actually. So we heat it and apply over the condition. It may be herb, maybe sometimes metal. Again, normally the copper suttigase, patrizing rods will be used to apply over the injured place for the conditions. Sometimes we also use in gout and other condition to reduce the pain. Siddha medicine and immunity. So you know that all of you that the dearrangement in the immunity is a cause of many communicable diseases. So by recommendation of the healthy lifestyle and yogic practices and medicinal plants and the Kayakarpa medicine, Siddha medicine enhances the immunity. We try to achieve it. So this year, this is about our Siddha Day. every star birth of Agastya, we celebrate the day. Normally, it falls in the Ailid Nakshatram, that is the birth star of the Agastya. This year it was celebrated yesterday. In this aim of the theme of strength of Siddha in communicable diseases. The picture shows the entrance of the, just for the picture, the Yoga Day pictures. I have put it here that we have conducted the International Yoga Day. So this year's fifth Siddha Day celebration is the strength of Siddha medicine of the communicable diseases. And in the 2015, when the Tamil Nadu was affected with the chikungunya, the communicable diseases, so Nilavembu Kudini is a very known medicine throughout India. So we do distributed the Nilavembu and we mitigated the symptoms as well as fever and the severe conditions of the dengue fever in the 2015. Now it is in the government of India and government of Tamil Nadu protocol that every rainy season they do distribute the Nilavembu Kudineer as a preventive medicine. Again, in Siddha, it is the communicable diseases are mentioned as a Uvudi or Kollai noi. There in the Tamil culture itself, there is a practice because the Tamil is a native medicine of Tamil basically. So the medicine and the culture of Tamil people cannot be segregated, cannot separate them. It is hand to hand basically. If a person affected with any kind of chickenpox or other kind of uh, disease, they communicable disease, they try to isolate the person as a symbol of the person is isolated. They do keep the neem branches over the entrance of their house. So that way the person should not enter into that. So that way they have an isolation method, they use it. Similarly, they also prevent entering of the other people into the village. That they do that. So they do isolate themselves from the other people entering into that way. They try to prevent the disease, spreading of the disease. That's the practice of existing in the olden days. Still, it is practiced in the many of the villages of Tamil Nadu. So all of you know the world is crippled with the COVID-19 pandemic in the 2019. The Siddha physician, the Siddha fraternity recommended in a meeting with our Prime Minister, Narendra Modi ji, Kabazar Kodini, as a report, it is more the condition, it is indicated, is more close to the COVID-19 condition. There is a sunny Juram. So that's the condition is indicated. So with that, with this, we have recommended our experts from the Siddha medicine recommended the Kabazar Kodini in the meeting with our Prime Minister. So the government of India also accepted. We have distributed this Kabazara Kodini people, health workers, frontline workers, people in the contaminated zone. About 1.8 crore people we have distributed the Kabazara Kodini in the first wave. So also we have started the 29 Siddha COVID Care Center. With this COVID center, we are able to, we treated about 20,000 patients, got cured, mild and moderate cases. With this, our information, in the second wave, as a prophylaxis, we distributed the Kausara Kudini all over the Tamil Nadu to the frontline workers, also the people in the contaminated zone, as well as the all over Tamil Nadu. It was also recommended the government of India, one of the their guideline to manage the COVID-19. In this second wave, we have started around 60 Siddha COVID care centers throughout Tamil Nadu. About 22,000 patients were got cured to mild and moderate condition. With this experience, we also tried our Siddha medicine in the acute condition in the integrative aspect, along with our allopathic counterpart. The studies going on, we found it is very effective. The number of hospital stay, number of days of the hospital stay, and the cost of the medicine, all is was coming down by using the integrative therapy along with the other allopathic as well as the allopathic medicines. So we do find it. So soon we'll publish data on that. Uh, Simultaneously, we have also conducted the various institutions from Tamil Nadu, conducted about 39 clinical studies were undertaken. Um, if you next to the Chinese medicine, I think Siddha has registered more clinical studies for the COVID-19. Based on this, about 10 publications were made in Index Journal. There are some of them are observational studies, some of them where the randomized controlled studies, RCTs, trials we have done. We found it is very effective that Siddha medicine can able to do as alone the mild and moderate cases, and along with the allopathic medicine, it also cures the uh, severe condition. Yet the study need to be completed. We found it is very effective. With this, this how the Siddha medicine can play a major role in the communicable as well as the diseases as well as the non-communicable diseases. It is a holistic medicine which can achieve the physical, mental, social, and spiritual well-being by adopting simple lifestyle practices like a posture, breathing exercise, meditation, dietary regimen, and which is relevant to the 6 days, and usage of a safe and effective plant-based drugs and drugs, minerals, and its universal adaptability. Again, we also applying the unique therapeutic method of Varma and Tapanam. So we're using by qualified and skillfully trained Siddha physician, the medicine considered as a holistic medicine and gives better health and prevent and promotion of the healthcare. With this, I conclude my talk. I hope we are able to follow the basic principles and the unique therapeutic methods applied in Siddha medicine. I thank our director, Professor Dr. Meenakari Madam, for this great opportunity. Also, I thank the director, Ishwar V. Pasavaradi, Morai Desai National Institute of Yoga, Dr. Vandana Singh ma'am, for the coordination from the day one. Thank you, madam. Thank you for the one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an informative lecture about this holistic medicine system, that is Siddha medicine system. Sir, with your information, we will take 2 or 3 questions.
Yes.
Our Facebook page is full of praises and very good lecture, very informative lecture in our Facebook page. Sir, somebody has asked, can we say that Siddha system emphasis on lifestyle changes to a very great extent to be healthy and fit?
Yes, ma'am.
Somebody has asked, sir,
Sure.
that can we say that Siddha system emphasis on lifestyle changes to a very great extent to be healthy and fit? Is it correct?
Yes, ma'am. It is.
Okay, sir. So somebody has asked, is Karnul therapy similar to Shar Sutra? Shar Sutra, that is a alkylated medicated thread.
Yes, ma'am. It is comparable. Of course, we do work along with the people in Varanasi. They do the Sashatra. So we have a discussion with them. So it is almost similar to that, actually. Yes.
Okay. So there is a question. In habits, you told about oil bath. Is something is being said in the system about sun bath also? About sun bath also? Is there something?
Sun bath, yes, we do mention, the literature it has mentioned about the sun bath also. It is called Gandhi Pudam. That is, Gandhi means kind of sunlight you can expose for a while, useful, it is mentioned, but we are not practicing it. But when we are giving oil to apply to the patient, we ask them to expose to sunlight for a while. So that may helpful for them to get a more calcium as well. So we do recommend. Yes.
Sir, thank you once again. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation and for your such an intriguing and informative lecture. Thank you. I would also like to thank all our technical team members and Director of Murari Desai National Institute of Yoga, Dr. I.V. Basva Reddy sir, for organizing such a lecture and such programs for our viewers and for our students. And once again, I would like to thank you, sir, for such an informative and for telling us about Siddha system in a very comprehensive way. Thank you so much, sir, and thank you for all our students and viewers for joining us today. Now we will end the program with Shanti Part.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for the opportunity. It's a great honor to have all of you. Thank you.
Oh. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्तिः Shanti, Shanti. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.